And we're live. If someone can just send me a message to acknowledge sound and video is okay. For some reason, I don't have a video. You can see, you can hear. We're just going to wait a few minutes for everyone to come on. If you'd like to just write an emoji or something in the so I can see how many people are online and everything's working. Okay. For some reason, I'm looking at a blank screen right now, so I'm just connecting to each and every one of you that can see me and can hear me. I'm seeing some comments come up, so I'm just going to wait for a few people to come on. It'll just take a couple of minutes. As more and more people come on, I can feel the collective energy. So as you come on, just type in a comment, a little emoji, so I know you're all there. Hi, Arlene, Bianca, Marie's here. Hello, Heidi. This feels so good to be doing another live. So while we wait for a few people, for those that know me, my name is Rafaela. For those that don't, we created Kusala Consulting a few years ago, and I've been a great fan of Facebook Live. I've been doing 21-day series on different topics that have touched me in particular. And now I kind of see how, even though they feel unrelated, they've all assisted to this one moment. So I'm going to start today. The name and the title of this live is Cryptocurrency Consciousness. So Cryptocurrency Consciousness is a title that came to me because it encompasses everything that I want to talk about. Cryptocurrency is something that's come into our reality a few years ago, but wasn't noticed and with the kind of acknowledgement that it deserves. However, it's been going through a lot of processes. The word consciousness that I've put afterwards is something that I really want you to understand, that cryptocurrency isn't a thing separate from us. It is a 3D manifestation, a 3D representation of the level of consciousness that the planet is now shifting into. It didn't receive the acknowledgement a few years ago because the level of consciousness of this manifestation was waiting for us to rise to it so it can be seen. Level of consciousness is what we're able to see when we rise to it. The lower levels of consciousness that we've been shifting from allowed us to see things from a different perspective. Now, what I'm building up to right here is that I really want you to acknowledge that cryptocurrency, blockchain, everyone's been talking about it and no one really knows exactly what it is. But these 21 days, and why I have to have 21 days with you, is first of all to build up a consistency of information, because there's way, way, way too much to put into one video. And the objective for these videos is for you to realize that this manifestation is a perfect reflection of the level of consciousness that we are at ready for right now. Now, why I keep talking about this level of consciousness is because this is what we've been waiting for. We've been talking about unity consciousness. What is unity consciousness? It is that balance between wisdom and love. Now, cryptocurrency and blockchain is that 3D manifestation of just that. And this is why I'm excited and overwhelmed right now, because there's just so much I want to convey, but I know I just need to bring it down a bit and deliver this information effectively, efficiently, patiently, a day at a time, so you can all get a clear idea of how it is so that cryptocurrency and blockchain right now is a 3D manifestation of that unity consciousness, the balance between wisdom and love. The wisdom and love for ourselves as a whole. And I know right now, everyone on this planet is sitting in a place of uncertainty of what is about to happen. There are a lot of theories going around of what is happening, what could be happening, and that some of us feel very, very excited about changes, and others are also getting distracted about what has already been going on, and that they're being realizing that it doesn't feel good. So in these 21 days, I will be explaining not the technicalities on how to actually do cryptocurrency, that I reserve for my partner Marie, that is at the moment currently has a group of people which she is assisting on how to actually trade cryptocurrency and do that shift. I, on the other hand, am excited about talking to you about the possibilities. And the objective for these 21 days is to hold that vision so we can all gradually just come up and see it for what it really is. It is a 3D manifestation of the higher level of consciousness, the balance of love and wisdom. So this vision, I'm not too sure on how many people are online right now. I can't really see much. So I'm going to start. Cryptocurrency and blockchain has been created. We don't know by whom, but has been created through the creativity and the genius, the vision of people that have created it for the collective. It is a vision. It was created by us, not by a one authority. It is created by the people for the people. And the whole objective is that it is connecting all of us, and it is representing us not as one individual, but as a whole. And I will get into these details of how it is so, why it's called blockchain, and how that actually reflects to us. What this means, it is taking us away, it is shifting us from a one authority, and you all know who that is, your governments, the money system, the financial system, the stock markets, the one authority that we have to trust. Now, this is the one point that I really want to talk about, because cryptocurrency and blockchain has the core fundamentals. that number one, it's trustless. And because it is trustless, there is no control from a separate entity. And if there's no control, there's no need for manipulation. Now, I will go into the details of why it is trustless, because it is the core foundation is transparency. Now, what this actually means is that currently at the moment, we are depending on a one authority. So when we come into this world, we are taught that we need to learn to trust this one authority. And now I've come to understand why it was so difficult. Our natural ability is to trust. Our only connection, the only connection that we need, is with our higher self. That is a natural ability in every single being. You don't need to learn how to trust your higher self. You do not need to learn how to trust that information that comes through. However, what does feel difficult is trusting when you're told to trust something outside of you because you apparently perceive to need it. And that is what was difficult for all of us growing up into this world. We came in and we had to learn how to trust something outside of us. Also, meaning an authority bigger than us, because that's what it perceived as. We have to learn to trust in something that we have no control over, and they will do due diligence for us. Now, that, ladies and gentlemen, is really hard because it is not a natural ability. We were never ever intended to trust an outside authority. The natural ability to trust is ourselves and our connection to source. And I know all of you that have been following me for all of these years are very, very well aware of this terminology. You've all woken up and you can perceive that something didn't feel right. And you were right all along. Now, what we've been distracted about right now, we've been distracted with thoughts of self-doubt. Now, if there's one thing that I've come clean with myself recently, is that self-doubt has only been a distraction. It's been keeping me away from the very thing that's important. It is my connection, my knowing, and that natural ability to trust oneself. Cryptocurrency and blockchain has taken all of that out of the equation. You don't need to trust an outside authority. It will all be in your own hands. And this is where the level of consciousness that is required from you. Are you willing to take responsibility and trust yourself to that degree that you know that you know? Because that is what will make people decide whether to come on board or not. Those people that are still inflicted with a low self-esteem, with low self-worth, with self-doubt, will not feel comfortable to embrace cryptocurrency. Stay with me. Cryptocurrency and blockchain formulates its value from yourself, your own creativity. You are all created as at the very, very core. You are creators, visionaries. Your vision is what allows you to be creative. And in order to be creators, you are defined as a creator. And blockchain and cryptocurrency, that is what it is at the core basis. Its value comes from you. If you do not want to take responsibility of your creative potential because you are inflicted by low self-worth, low self-value, then obviously it is not something that's going to feel very comfortable. So this is why blockchain has a level of consciousness in and of itself, and you have to rise to it. When the one authority, when the money system, the financial system is no longer needed, it all falls back onto us. And the platform of blockchain and cryptocurrency is ready for us to embrace. But are you ready for it? So, in these 21 days, I will explain to you the technology of how it has been created and how it can be useful for you, how you can use it to create and bring new value, you as value into the world without needing a one authority known as your government, the banks, or any kind of one authority that tells you what you need to do and how you need to do it, what you can and cannot do. I don't want you to be distracted now on what's been happening or what is happening. What is happening right now is what is necessary. In order for the new to be birthed and fully embraced, the old must be dismantled. But what is required of us right now is that you hold the vision of the new. You hold the vision of that higher level of consciousness. Your distractions are simply self doubt. Put them aside, put them to bed. There is nothing to doubt. That effort that you need to trust in an outside authority ends here today. We will dive into what is blockchain. We will dive into cryptocurrency. You will have a clear picture. By the end of these 21 days, you will have no more fogginess of what this is all about. And you do not need to be a trader in order to understand this. You need to be a highly developed, higher consciousness being where you can see the highest vision. And right now, I'm surrounded by a beautiful group of people that can see that vision. And the 3D manifestation is already here. We are not asking you to see something that isn't here. The platform, the core platform has been created. So this is why it's important that while we dive into the actual aspects of blockchain and cryptocurrency, it is not something to see separately from the level of consciousness that you need to hold on a regular basis. So the consistency of every single day speaking to you about it and how that will change, how our collective will be different. Can you imagine a world where you don't need your bank account, that you have your source and abundance at your fingertips in every single moment, and you can create it in so many different ways? And I'm going to share links with you. I'm going to share links of cryptocurrency and technology that is already on the blockchain. I'll be shifting from YouTube to another platform. I'll be showing you how you can already start utilizing it right now. So we'll be doing these transitions together. Now, Marie, for example, for those that know my partner, she's already been completely invested in this for the past 2 years. So I'm already using this technology and I'm already creating abundance through it. And this is my intention for you. But what I really want you to understand is that it's the vision. It's the vision of what that will look like for our future generations as well. This is a pivotal moment in history, guys. This is like this is 100 times, 1,000 times than the Industrial Revolution. Blockchain and cryptocurrency will change the way we live. Nothing will be the way it used to be. And this is the exciting part. We are alive and we are watching it happen. But not only are we watching it happen, we are actually creating it. And before I came onto this live, a friend of mine, we were messaging. And in fact, she said in her words, she said something, I can't really paraphrase it right now. She said, it seems like we're shifting from the old to the new, but actually it's happening simultaneously. And she's spot on right there. Because everything, the dismantling and the creating of the new is all happening at once. As the dismantling happens, the new can take form. There's another thing I wanted to read to you. I wrote a few things down. So the unity consciousness is what I really wanted to talk to you about. but it's the transparency. I wanted to read something to you, but this is what's really important for me to say to you right now. It's the transparency. When you don't know certain things or what's happening and who's making the decisions and why they're making the decisions and things like that, that is what creates self-doubt. And while you're distracted with self-doubt and uncertainty, your creative powers are put to bed. They're asleep, they're on mute, they're temporarily unavailable. So the feeling that we're transitioning from this one authority to having the power, the creative power in our own hands, this is what you will start to see, that the transparency was never there. And things that were put in the darkness that we couldn't see are going to come to light. And when they do come to light, just appreciate that transparency is being experienced. Don't get too caught up on the details of it. This is what's required. Blockchain and cryptocurrency will have all the information. And as the new information comes up, the old does not get deleted. It just gets added on to a new block, which means that you will always know in every single moment of time the transition of how information is benefiting us and how we are evolving from the old to the new. You will be seeing the different levels of consciousness in 3D form. This is what it looks like. When there is transparency, no one is going to be playing the game of control. And if there's no game of control, there's no manipulation. If you can really feel how that would look like in the future, where we're no longer playing a game of control and manipulation, we will simply be creating with our pure intent. And pure intent is that intention to create with a vision. And when you create with a vision, you will know yourself as the creator. We will begin to use blockchain to express that creativity. And you will see how it is so that you are the very source of abundance itself. And this is why the old way of creating abundance felt so hard and so limited, is because we always felt like we needed to make it happen. It is not in the making happen in the action. It is through us that our creativity comes through. Everything from the old felt hard because we were seeing everything as separate. Blockchain and cryptocurrency finally puts an end to that. Your bank account will be your exchange. It will be the actual technology. You won't need an authority to tell you what you can do with it, when you can use it, how you're going to use it, and things can only be processed from Mondays to Fridays. It will be completely different. Information will be at your fingertips. That's what the blockchain is there for. It is encrypted information that you can retrieve at any point in time. It will be completely transparent. So I really want you to tap into the level of consciousness of cryptocurrency. And the only people that would not embrace this technology right now, sorry, things are popping up on my screen. The only people that would not embrace this technology right now is because they are still enjoying the game of control and manipulation. Hence, they will be resisting this. So the more of us hold this frequency of unity consciousness that can see the vision right now and hold it instead of being distracted with self-doubt and low self-worth, this is your moment. Follow these 21 days with me. I will be getting into details of the technicalities of the structure. Not too much because I don't want to bore too many people, but I really want you to see the greater vision of this. It is a pivotal point in time. It is time that we trust ourselves, that natural ability. And I'd like you to recognize that. If cryptocurrency and blockchain does not excite you right now, then you need to watch these 21 days, because I can assure you by the end of these 21 days, you will have a clear picture. But today is the first day, and I really, really wanted to just pinpoint how excited and enthusiastic I am, even though the outside world looks like things are going really, really badly. But what is actually happening is the dismantling. And as it dismantles, we can embrace the new. So ask yourself this question: am I afraid of blockchain and cryptocurrency? Does it not excite me? And if that is the way you feel, then we just raise your level of consciousness in order to see that. Because to go back to the old normal is basically saying to yourself, I do not take responsibility of knowing that I can create my own abundance, and I will rely on a one authority, because that is exactly what's going to happen. In order to embrace cryptocurrency and blockchain, we must be at our highest, where we take full responsibility of ourselves and we trust that communication with higher self. That is the fundamentals of this whole transition, of the shift. So I want to read some comments, questions. Hi, Rose. Diane, I have an aspect of it. Government has invested in crypto. How? So I'm going to read a question from Diane. I have heard aspects of the US government has invested in crypto. How might that affect how crypto unfolds? You're such a good teacher. So, hi. Diane, yes, everyone's trying to get on board on these sort of things. Now, I'm going to only talk about what I currently know. And your question, there's so many things that I'd like to say. Cryptocurrency is at its prime right now. It's at its core, and it obviously needs quite a lot of levels of purifying. Okay, because now there's everyone from different levels of consciousness just jumping on top of it. In fact, with all the thousands of coins and tokens that are out there right now, there will be a pivotal time where those that do not, let's say, that are not authentic of that frequency will drop away. Now, whatever the investments that you're talking about here, just know that everyone is trying to get on board right now. Okay? The buying and the selling. And so this is where we come into. When you invest or buy cryptocurrency, you need to feel into, and this is where we have the upper hand. All of us that have done this work for so many years and have tapped into our core knowing, our connection with higher self, you will feel into the frequency and the vibration of every single coin and token, because they are represented by technology behind it on how it is so that it is benefiting our collective. So just like electricity, okay, it was discovered and invented. But then again, that free energy Tesla thing, it was tampered with. So the electricity changed the way we live, has provided us comfort, but not to the degree of that higher frequency of free energy. So this is exactly what's going to be happening now with cryptocurrency as well. Where is it limited? How does it feel? There are so many other coins and technology that represent innovations and creations that will just take us to the next level. So let me give you an example of just one of the technologies. Let me see if something pops into my head. For example, there is a coin. I'm not going to mention any names of coins and things like that, but the technology behind this coin is, let me give you this one. So the one I'm using at the moment, and I'll probably put my referral link at some point, it's the basic attention token. Right now, you're being bombarded by advertisements left, right, and center that take up your time and focus, distracts you. And who gets paid for those is the technology behind it. Let's say Facebook right now. Every time you watch an ad, it gets paid, not you. Okay, a one authority. It is Facebook that's actually created it, and it is now perceived as separate at you. It is getting paid for your attention. Whereas with cryptocurrency, there is a token, the technology behind it, that every time you watch an ad, you get paid for it, and it goes directly into your exchange. So this is kind of technology that is now bringing back the power to you, where we're taking away that power from the one authority, where it is now distributed to all. There's another technology that when you buy something electronic, for example, I don't know, a stove, a refrigerator, or something, that the actual thing speaks directly to the manufacturer. So then the manufacturer knows what's wrong with it. So this kind of communication will just change the way we actually interact with the three-dimensional world. It'll be talking with us. So the main of cryptocurrency and blockchain is taking away the power from a one authority. And even if I just talk about that for 21 days, you'll get a clearer idea of how things will change dramatically. The whole point of suffering right now is because we've been told that we need to trust something that is separate from us. And that is how everything's been governed until now. But now, with blockchain and cryptocurrency, information and transparency will be completely to another level. So thank goodness Marie's tapped in here. Marie says, anyone can invest in crypto. There are many projects that are actually run by governments. We are still at the infancy of blockchain and crypto. The beauty of great blockchain crypto projects is that the best ones are completely decentralized and inherent in their architecture. They cannot be controlled by one authority. I hope that answers your question. And yes, I will be Marie's input each time because I see the vision, I can feel the vibration and the consciousness of this. And this is what I enjoy talking about. And Marie actually knows the technicality. So thank you. This is so clarifying. That's great. So in these 21 days, the one thing that Marie doesn't enjoy talking about is what is blockchain and what is cryptocurrency. And so that's what I'll be sharing with everyone. But if anyone is interested in actually, after these 21 days, that you have a clear idea and that you are willing to move your money from the bank account and into this new platform, the technicality of it, at the moment, we're at our first crypto circle. We're calling it Cryptocurrency Circle, where Marie at the moment is working with a group of people. There are 3 lives once a week and constant messaging and support during these 3 weeks on how to open up your exchanges, moving your funds, and getting involved in how to actually choose and select and feel into these new tokens and coins. So if you're interested in that, by the end of the 21 days, you can sign up. I'll be putting out some links. But from the technical point of view, I cannot answer any of those questions. And even if I can, I wouldn't want to confuse anyone. Let's leave the two things around. But what is important that there's a lot of people asking me, what is cryptocurrency? What is blockchain? So that is my objective for these 21 days, is to give you a clear idea of what has been created for the collective and how this is the pivotal point in time that we get on board, not only physically, but with the vision, because this is our moment in history where we're creating. And from now on, I'm only going to refer to you guys as genius creators because genius creators have a vision. And that is the vision that we'll be all holding together. I really want you to feel into that. So if there aren't any other questions or anything or any other comments, I'd like to leave it short and sweet for today's introduction. It must be a consistency. 21 days. Follow me. If you can't get on board live with me, that's fine. Watch the recording. But one thing I can assure you, by the end of these 21 days, you will have a clear picture of what this is, what opportunity this holds for you and for the collective, and what is required of you right now. Are you willing to take responsibility for yourself, knowing that you are the creative power? Because it will be your creative visions that will create value. That will be the actual value of cryptocurrency. And are you willing to hold it together while this old is being dismantled? It's not going to be easy. I can assure you that. And you've already got a feel for that. But exciting times are ahead of us. And that's where I want your focused attention with me on that one. They're exciting, they're enthusiastic. And yes, it's not going to be an easy transition, but it is going to be a flawless transition if we just not been distracted by our self doubts. Let's put that to bed right here, right now. It is not time for any more distractions. It is time for deliberate, focused intent. We are done playing games. Games implies control, and with control comes manipulation. We are done with that. And those empaths and people that can feel really like me, when you can feel being manipulated, you can feel it. You might not be able to put your finger on it, but that authority that it keeps dictating on what we do, what we have to do, when we have to do it, and how we need to behave, and things like that. When you're at the level of this highest level of consciousness, where love and wisdom is balanced out, you can see it already in our society. When another being needs your help, you reach out. You're not playing any kind of game. Love and wisdom is balanced out. You can see how it is so that we're assisting each other in these difficult times. As human beings, when you're not playing a game, you are completely outward. We are completely connected. We're always wanting. When there is and when there is any kind of disharmony, it is because there is someone playing a game. They want control and they are able to manipulate you with that. This is the level of consciousness that we're shifting out of. Without a game, there's no control and there's no manipulation. I'm ready to create with pure intent. The question is, are you? So, my loved ones, I'm so happy I've connected with you and that we'll be spending these 21 days together. I will be sharing videos on the Kusala Consulting page, not on my timeline. So please just come back to this page. I will be sharing links slowly but surely every day just to give you an idea. So then when I do come on live, we can discuss it and I don't have to draw pictures or share my screen or anything. So do watch the videos and the links that I post on the page and just keep update. If you can just commit to these 21 days of this consistency, I will assure you, you will have no more questions. So if there aren't any more comments, hi Laurie, Gladys, hi Maria's timing will be in the same. Yes, Gladys, the time will always be my 6 p.m. here in Malta, which is GMT +2. I posted a link in the events where you can actually check your time. The only part of the world that I know that has a difficulty is Australia because it's like they're 2 a.m. or something like that. So I'm really sorry about that. Okay. All right, loved ones. I shall see you tomorrow. I'm going to try and keep it to half an hour, maybe 40 minutes every day, not longer than that. And be good to yourselves. Love you lots.